Hi there. I've recently been experimenting with my texture mats and I really like this floral texture and decided to try some Mokume Gane to get a sort of a floral fabric look. You can see that I've experimented with lots of different color combinations and I felt like some of them were too dark, some of them were when I went lighter, they became more washed out. So I really ended up deciding that you needed light and bright colors for this technique. So here I'm using Cernet, Champagne, Yellow, and Red. I stack them together and run them through my pasta machine on the thickest setting. Then I cut them in half and stack them again and run them through the pasta machine again. And then I do that one more time. So at this point, the stack has been run through the pasta machine 3 times. So the layers are quite thin. And now I'm going to add a layer of black. This black is rolled on the thinnest setting on my pasta machine. And you'll see that I'm adding it on top of the lightest color. So the red is on the bottom on this stack and the champagne is on the top. And then I put the thin layer of black on top. I'm smoothing it down and now I'm adding my texture mat. I like to press them down quite firmly because then they don't move around when I roll. So I can get a nice, the deepest impression possible. And now I'll start shaving, and you can see I start with just shaving off the raised part. You really need texture with a sort of a distinct raised area, so that you can start by just shaving off those top raised bits, and then as you go on you can kind of decide how deep you want to go. Of course this black is very thin, so we have to be quite careful. You can see on the left I took off a tiny bit too much, but I really like the contrast here between the bright orange and the black. Okay, so now I'm just going to smooth it down with some paper, and this is my fabric roller. I thought it looked really neat, the flowers as a sort of a fabric texture. You can just use a piece of scrap fabric if you have it. Something with like a distinct weave on it will give a really good texture. And I just wanted to show you really quick what it looks like if you put the black on the other side of the stack, on the red side of the stack. It's really interesting how different the design looks. I don't like it as much. It's a bit too dark for my liking. But I think because we're not shaving down very deeply, we're not really even getting to any layers of the champagne here. So that's why I found if you put the black on top on the lightest color, you get a little bit of a better result. Anyway, so a fun technique. I hope you have fun playing with different colors and seeing how they come out. Thanks for watching.